Welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors. A 900th episode rendition, if you will. A cold steel 4MAX Italian-made rendition, if you will. There was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. That number is decreasing, but we got a long road to hoe. Anything over 0 is unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. We're back to blue over here with Sport Leo. How you do that, Scab? Well, we're going to break the damn law as best we can. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So a couple things up front. First of all, shout out for this video is Karl Ruedger. Karl released a video today, and I'll put a link in the description below. He's having a giveaway when he gets to 1,000. Guys, we're at a really exciting time right now where a lot of the guys in our group are starting to get near that 1,000 mark, near that threshold. Let's gear up. Let's get over there. Let's get Karl over 1,000. He's an awesome dude, man, and he's having a great giveaway. Now, I'll give you some specs. This is the Cold Steel 4MAX. It is the Italian-made 4MAX. It's the one that Donnie B All-day used to own. It is designed by Andrew Demko, CPM 20CV. It has a 4-inch blade, a 6-inch handle, G10 handle scales. The liners on this 4MAX, they're full liners, full steel liners. So they're super, super strong. It has the Triad lock, which is the Chuck Norris on steroids of locks. The big thing with this is it weighs 10.04 ounces, okay? So this isn't a Sunday go-to-meeting knife. Now, here's what prompted me to do this video. And this will be more of a review. I've held this one long enough, I think we can call this a review. First, I watched the review that I did of it 11 months ago. It was terrible. And then I watched a couple other reviews from other people that, I wanted to slam my head into the wall. So I thought, you know what? I got my 900th video coming out in 21 months. Let's use the Cold Steel 4MAX. Let's make it a real review. And let's see if I can do better than the one I did last time. And I did. Now, here's the thing, guys. This knife, is it Cold Steel's best folder? Put it in the comments. Let's have a debate on it. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. My favorite, my personal favorite, no matter what you say, is my Raja 2. I know that knife in and out. And ISSAC the NOOB has said this, and I love this saying. If you love a knife enough, you will make it practical. Let's be real up front and let's just be honest. Cold steel, you either love them or you hate them. It's kind of like old Scab. If you find any of my real life friends or my real life people that know me, not one person's going to go, Scab's okay. They either love me or they hate me. And that's the way cold steel is. Cold steel evokes that kind of emotion, okay? I love cold steel. I've just said time and time again, I don't just drink all the Kool-Aid and all that, but I love their knives. They make big, overbuilt knives that work. So let's talk about the 4MAX. First of all, I am an American worker, been so for 35 years. Physical, hard work, okay? So I love American-made knives. However, if I had a close second, it would be Italian-made knives. I love Italian-made knives. Now, I'm not 100% sure. Put in the comments. I believe Fox Knives makes these for cold steel or made these. I don't think you can get the Italian-made ones anymore. I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody out there, some knife nerd, will know way better than I do. So let me know. Not that you're a nerd or anything like that. And if you're watching this and you've done a video on this knife, I'm sure it wasn't your video that made me want to slam my head into the wall. I love you. God bless you. That type of thing. Now, this knife, there's the 4MAX Scout. And if y'all want to see another demonstration on 4MAX Scout, another review, I'll do one this week. I'm in a cold steel mode, guys. I need to wreck some stuff. I need to crash some stuff. I need to cut some stuff. I need to bash some stuff. So you go cold steel. I paid about $400 for this one. Now, there's a whole saga to this knife. I'm going to link a video in the description that'll tell you the whole story, how I came about this knife from Donnie B All-day and how I bought him a new one. I'll put that in the description if you want to check that video out. this is my 1 in 10 videos that I'm going to ask y'all, guys, if you're not subscribed, please do so. Hit like, hit the notifications, do all that stuff, okay? We won't talk about that for another 10 videos, I promise. Well, listen. Is this their best folder, like I asked a while ago? I'm going to tell you this. Behind my Raja, this is my second. I do love the 4MAX Scout, but this 4MAX, to me, is special. Now, you'll notice right below the blade there, if you look now, there's a hole. It looks like a lanyard hole. That is not a hole, or a lanyard hole. It's actually kind of a different deal. It's actually, if you wanted to add a stop pin, to give yourself a little extra security, so that even if the lock failed, and you see it again right there, right above my pointer finger, if the lock failed, that stop pin would keep the blade from closing. Now listen, this is the triad lock. This lock, I think I've seen somewhere where this particular lock was, or this particular iteration on the 4MAX was able to hold 800 pounds. Do you need that? If you can hold up 800 pounds, put that in the comments below, because I'd love to meet you. But it's overkill. That's what Cold Steel does, guys. They make overkill, overbuilt, huge knives that are, one, a lot of fun. Is this a practical knife? You can make it. You certainly can make it practical. Every task you're going to see me do. Now, DJ Horn put the edge on this. Now, this is CPM 20 CV. It is a little more difficult to sharpen for most people, not my subscribers. Good Lord, they can do anything on the planet. I understand that. But for the normal, average, everyday Joe, CPM 20 CV is a little more difficult to sharpen. The payoff there is the edge retention is about a 9 out of 10. So once you get it there, it stays super sharp. How did I remedy this? I sent it to DJ Horn. And it's super, super edge on it. There was no chipping, no dents, no dings, nothing. I'll say this too. Now, I did baton through some fat wood, and then you can't have this kind of knife and not go to the woods. This is a 1-inch diameter briar, guys. Seriously, I'll show you a good up close of it in a minute. But here's the thing. With me, one of my loves for Cold Steel is this. With their big folders, I love the fact that I can put one in my pocket, have that triad lock, and if I go in the woods, I don't need a fixed blade, okay? This thing, 4-inch blade, 6-inch handle, lot of knife, 10 inches overall, very, very comfortable in hand. I would argue that this is the best handle ergonomically and comfort-wise that Cold Steel makes. The Raja on that, to me, is number 2. This handle is just phenomenal. That G10 is well done. It has a slight choil on the blade. It's not really a sharpening choil, but it's a place where you can put your finger, and I've showed several different grips throughout this video. Very little jimping on the back. The jimping is actually on the back right below the blade, right on top of the handle. Some good jimping. It is a true ambidextrous knife. This one's set for tip up, right hand carry. It's got dual thumb studs. Again, triad lock, super sharp. Now, the blade width I didn't get. I probably should have. That is absolutely my fault. But the blade width makes this a beautiful slicer. Now, this is in that family. There's the 4MAX, the 4MAX Scout, the 8010, the 8015. This blade is a mammoth blade. This blade is an awesome, awesome slicer. It's good for food prep. It's good for all kind of bushcraft. It's good for just having fun. It's good for opening packages. It's good for doing whatever. I am very, very high on the 4MAX. I love the quality. Now, I mentioned I had the 4MAX Scout. Side by side, and I showed you a comparison earlier, size-wise, they're very, very similar. The 4MAX has a little better quality materials, way better actually, but size-wise, weight-wise, and all that, the 4MAX Scout is just about the same. We will do a demonstration if you guys want to see it on the 4MAX Scout. I wanted to get out here and just do some chopping, just to show you guys, hey, when you got it with you, Megatron and I went out today on a hike. We didn't film anything, we actually bought some water boots yesterday and just went traipsing down the creek bed today. Had a great time. I put this knife in my pocket. Why? Because I'm confident it would have done anything I needed to do, from clearing brush, if I needed to whittle us up some walking sticks, if we needed to feather stick something for a fire, whatever we needed to do to defend ourselves against Sasquatch, whatever we needed to do, this blade would do. And do it comfortably and do it in style. It's a beautiful knife. Now, right here, this is probably an inch and a half vine. It's got a lot of bounce, a lot of flex, and we went straight through it. No problem there. Again, with all the chopping, I wanted to do the chopping just to double check my edge. My edge held up great. DJ did a phenomenal job on that. But the other side, guys, is to check the hot spots in the handle. This thing's a great, now, please understand what I'm saying. For a large, extra large pocket knife, great chopper. Okay, for a folder, it's a great chopper. This knife is incredibly adequate. There's no blade play, no slip, no give, no nothing. Very easy to open one-handed. Now, it is not, if you got small hands, it's probably not your friend. I have bigger hands, and it's perfect. Very comfortable. Again, the handle ergos, look right there. That thing just contours to your hand. Now, the downside of a triad lock is this. You have to use a good bit of force to push it in. With some cold steels, it does have a break-in period. This one's broke in pretty good. My guy DBAD had it before I did. And guys, listen, real quick. DBAD's marching to 10,000. He's over 8,000. Go there, subscribe to him. Subscribe to Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. That's my other channel. Subscribe to Joe from Steel Forge and Fire Sword Knife. And again, Karl Ruedger's my shout out. Carl's my guy, man. Go check him out. But check out DBAD's video on this. You know, he's not going to take it easy on a knife either. And that's kind of what drives me nuts sometimes. I respect and have great respect and admiration for everybody in this community. I stay away from certain knives because they're not my purview. I can't give you a good account of them. Right now, I'm working on that. But guys, when it comes to cold steel, you gotta beat the knife up. That's what it's made to do. Now, I don't believe in abusing a knife. I know there's a channel out there that tests them to failure. Guy does a fantastic job. That's not what I'm about. What I'm about is showing you daily use stuff and some dicking around in the woods. And I do it. I had a little talk with Divine there. I do it as best I can. Well, guys, listen. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Mikey said it best. Everything's going to be all right. Man, that's a good looking knife. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.